Morning, everybody. It is December 2nd. Tomorrow will be Thursday, December 3rd, and it'll mark 3 months. Wow, time has gone by so fast. It seems like just yesterday I was in the car and crying and, desperate and wanting a solution and not knowing what to do. And, anyway, I was walking through the grocery store this morning. Again, I think every time I think to do this, it's, I'm up, I'm dressed, I'm out, let's go ahead and do it. And anyway, I was a little bit emotional too, but for a different reason. Boy, so much has changed. Okay, so anyway, today's December 2nd. Last week was Thanksgiving. My mom made as well. We made some food that we could eat because she's trying to do this too. And it was great, I made pie for everybody, the typical really rich pumpkin pie, lots of eggs, sugar, the whole boat there. But even having made all that stuff, I didn't want it, didn't crave it. I never had a single piece of pie. And here's the weird thing. I literally don't desire that stuff anymore. I can't really put it into words. As much as people will drive by McDonald's and go, gosh, French fries with salt, really salty French fries, or, like when you're craving that feeling, that taste. As much as people want that, and as much as they may get disgusted by, I'm trying to think, I can't even, it's hard to put that into, try to envision, but, disgusted by having to have a salad or some kind of a vegetable or something like that. I'm at the flip side of that. So as much as I want fruits and vegetables, I diswant or do not want, this one isn't a word, I have no desire for any of the other stuff. So it'd be no different than somebody who walked by a dessert table and walked by a vegetable table, during the holidays, and they gravitated toward the dessert table. If they were told you could have whatever you want and there was no restriction to it whatsoever, and you'd never gain a pound and you never feel terrible, pick what you would eat and have as much of it that you would want. Given that option, probably majority of people would gravitate toward the dessert table and fill their plate and, whatever. And I've now kind of reached the stage where I prefer the vegetables and the fruit. And I think, aside from the fact that my taste buds have changed, it's how I feel. So it's kind of like, when you eat certain foods, sugar, candy, cookies, that kind of stuff, a lot of times it'll give you that rush, that energy spurt. And then, of course, it always dies down. It always goes away, and you're always left dragging afterwards. When you eat fruit, guess what? That doesn't happen. You get the energy spurt, and it stays. Or if it eventually, slowly goes down, you have more fruit. So, and I'd much rather have 10 pieces of fruit a day, and keep that energy level constant than, have 10 cupcakes and feel like horrible, completely drug out, drained, no thanks. So I know it's hard to believe because that someone said this to me, 3-4 months ago, I would have been like, yeah, right. But it's absolutely true. Once you get used to eating a certain way, and a big part of that is not continuing to eat some of the other stuff, because you cannot truly change your taste buds and change what tastes good if you're continuing to eat the foods that you think you enjoy now. So if you're, trying to, add salads and add fruit into your diet, but you're still having cheeseburgers and French fries and, whatever else it is that, you lean towards, pop and candy and cookies. If you're still eating a lot of that stuff, you never truly give your taste buds a chance to adapt to a different, I don't want to use the word diet, but a different food groups or primary food sources. So, once you've completely adapted and your body is enjoying eating these foods, you crave them. You crave them like you crave hamburgers and cheeseburgers and bacon and all that stuff like right now. So you truly, I can't emphasize enough that it does change. You want this stuff now. You don't want the other stuff anymore. And the great benefit is, the great benefit is that you could eat it, and you could eat as much as you want for the most part. And guess what? You're not going to gain weight. And even better, you're probably going to lose weight, because the nutrition density and the volume of food that you have to eat with the equation of how much calories are involved, it's just crazy. And I think most people know that. I mean, if you're going to eat a salad and fruit, as opposed to a cheeseburger or a Big Mac, large fry, and a Coke, the calorie equation is going to be way off. There's not going to be any comparison. So, all right. So I think I've kind of beat that into the ground, but it's just last week I had no problem not touching any of the stuff. Probably the only thing that I miss somewhat when it comes to like Thanksgiving, more so than anything, would be the gravy. I used to love to have mashed potatoes and gravy, and I just haven't really found a good substitute for gravy. I've got gravy, I've made gravy, and it tastes good. It's decent, but it's just not the same. So, and for as often as I would need to worry about having gravy, I'll live with it. I've also cut back, for the most part, greatly on my salt intake, so I don't have as much salt to worry about, or the salt issues to worry about. Now, that being said, I started to get sick a couple weeks back. Has it been 3 weeks? Yeah, it's been 3 weeks now. And at first I was hoping that because I've been doing this diet or this eating this way, that I wouldn't really get sick. And I was hoping that I had built up enough immunity, but I don't think I've been doing it long enough. I don't think, a couple months is long enough to truly prevent myself from getting sick. And from what I understand, it may be a situation where I don't never get sick, but hopefully it will be less, and the duration will be less, and the intensity will be less. So, but I did get hit, and unfortunately, it did go into my chest. I ended up with bronchitis, and with my asthma, I ended up having to get antibiotics and prednisone, which I hate, but I dealt with it, and I'm starting, actually today is the first day that I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So let's see. Okay, back to the good news. The good news is that it's been, 3 months, or will be as of tomorrow. I am down over 40 pounds. Wow. And I lost weight the day after Thanksgiving. The scale went down, and then it went down a couple days after that. Now, for the past, not quite a week, because I haven't been taking the prednisone for a week, but at least the past, 4 or 5 days, sorry, still have that cough a little bit. Prednisone makes you hungry, so I've been eating more. So I haven't really lost any weight, and I've been trying to focus on, at least if I'm eating more some of the greens and trying to keep that up. But I have had a lot of nuts. We had nuts for Thanksgiving, like the salted canned nuts that have oil in them. And unfortunately, when you have that sore throat and you're craving something salty, I did end up having some nuts, and I had, olives. Those are the things I was gravitating towards, and maybe some pretzels. But it wasn't French fries, and it wasn't, stuff like that. So it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as what it could have been. And I had more of that than I should. But long story short, I haven't really lost, or scale's gone up and down a little bit, but for the most part, I'm pretty close to where I was, which I think was almost at 43. Don't remember, 42.8, I think is what it was, pounds. So we'll say at least 42 pounds that I've lost in 3 months. And you know, it's hard to not get a little bit emotional. Eating as much as you want, having dessert multiple times a day, which for me is fruit. You know, it's basically like candy. Even my daughter is, you know, talking about fruit like it's candy now. So the clementines, I just went to the store and bought 4 bags of clementines, and we still have a bag and a half in the fridge, and I have no doubt that we will go through those before they go bad. So and we end up going through, you know, bunches of bananas 2-3 times a week. So right now, bananas and clementines are the heavy fruits that we tend to eat a lot of, and it's wintertime, so I can't wait for summer. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. The different vegetables and fruits that are going to come into season in summertime. Oh, yeah, I can't wait. My husband's seed catalog came in yesterday, and I was like, oh, we're going to get some purple potato seeds and plant those, and I want to make an herb garden, and it's just awesome. The energy levels, aside from being sick, you know, my energy levels are still not too bad. Oh, and the one big thing I have to say, that even though I got hit and I got sick, I did not get any nasal congestion at all. I think I had maybe 2 or 3 times in the past 3 weeks where I've actually had to, you know, excuse me, you know, this reference, but I had to actually blow my nose. But I don't have, there's no nasal congestion. It did go into my chest, you know, but being asthmatic, I think that's part of the problem. That's, I'm sure, largely due to not having any dairy. Dairy is really bad for congestion. So I didn't have any worries about sinus issues and none of that. So I don't know if you can tell it, you know, in my face, and and even the cough's not as bad now. Oh, and yesterday I made chili. 2 days ago I got my Instant Pot, my pressure cooker. My husband told me I could go ahead and order it. It's supposed to be my Christmas present, but it was on Amazon's daily deal, or whatever you call it, all of the day for Thanksgiving, Black Friday stuff. So I ended up getting it for like $78 or something like that, and it's normally over $100. So I made some really good chili, and I had 3 bowls of spicy chili yesterday, which I think really helped with my bronchitis. So I was craving that, and I just couldn't wait to get it made, and it was just awesome. So unfortunately, you know, I still have, right now I've got a bit of a mess in the kitchen. I was really tired yesterday. I'm still somewhat tired today, just from coughing so much, but I can already tell that it's starting to get better. So things have started to turn around. All right. So anyway, sorry this video has been so long. This is one of the longest ones I've done, but I don't think I videoed in a while. So, okay, 3 months, over 40 pounds in, not really trying. I don't know if it'll, you know, keep going slower over the holidays, because you just tend to munch more, and I don't know. I guess I don't really care, because weight loss has never been my priority. Health was. You know, finding some energy and feeling better, and, you know, warding off some horrible diseases and dealing with some of the stuff that I've seen my mom go through. Those have been my priorities. So, you know, weight loss, yeah, I'll take it as it comes. All right, so I think that'll do it. Oh, I did want to tell you, I've got, let's see if I can do this here, show you. This is my smoothie from this morning. And it's got all kinds of good stuff in it. Vegetables, lots of fruit, chocolate, yes, raw cocoa powder. The fruit helps make it sweet. I haven't come up with I've made a couple of them that have come out just awesome, that my daughter will just down, you know, because they're sweet because they have the fruit and they have the chocolate in them, and, you know, she'll drink those with not even thinking about it. Unfortunately, I never write down what I put in it or how much, so I'll make it for a couple days and it tastes great, and then I try to recreate it and I don't remember what I did, and it doesn't taste as good. This tastes really strongly of cucumber, so I think I might have put a little bit too much cucumber in it, but it doesn't taste bad. It's just different. And I don't think she would drink this one. So she had her oatmeal this morning, and that was good. All right. So anyway, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to try to cut this shorter than what, at least for now. Thanks for watching. And if you're thinking about trying this, I can't recommend it enough. You will never, ever, ever regret it. All right. Have a great day. Thanks. Oh, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.